Yes, Pooja, we can start. Thank you. Pooja ma'am, unmute yourself.
Sorry. Thank you, Harsha ma'am, to just giving that enthu tempo to us and leaving us for a few seconds. But hello and a very good evening to everyone. So this is your host, a co-host, you will say, for some while, Pooja Jaiswal. I am the TH Territory Head ECA Bhavnagar and a TIE committee member. Plus, I am an educator since 20 years. So this virtual event, which we are celebrating on account of TIE's anniversary, birthday of TIE, nearly 6 years. So a happy birthday to TIE and congratulations to all the members of TIE. And again, before that, I would thank Harsha ma'am for bringing TIE into Bhavnagar. So all the educators, our platter is full, and it's like we are going to grab so many things, feed our move forward. I would like to speak few lines about TIE and the vision and the mission of TIE. So, TIE Association was formed with an idea to bring all teachers, owners, school heads, trustees of Bhavnagar on one common platform. TIE offers a comprehensive knowledge base to teachers with its various events, with the best speakers at the doorstep of Bhavnagar. Even the most competent educators are benefiting from TIE events. They are constantly upgrading themselves. So we are one of them. We are also taking all those things from TIE and enhancing our knowledge. So on this note, I would like to take this privilege and to announce. I always feel proud to announce, some favorite people of mine who have been inspiring, and I guess everyone will agree with me. Miss Harsha Ramaiya, the TIE president. I get goosebumps when I say all this, Miss Harsha Ramaiya. Then I need a pause because the profile has many lines for me to speak about her. President of TIE, founder director of Small Wonders, a very renowned playhouse in Bhavnagar. She is the national core committee member ECA. She's parent coach at First Cry, motivational speaker, and there is no doubt that she is the parent
Enough,
forward.
enough. Humble,
So
Pooja ma'am.
Harsha
Thank
ma'am,
you so
welcome
much.
to
Thank
you.
you.
And so over to you, Harsha ma'am.
Thank you so much. So, already before we joined in the work session, thank you so much. I already have welcomed everybody, but once again, I extend my heartiest welcome to everybody. And we are really looking forward for this wonderful session today and even ahead. So, basically, the whole idea to make this Teachers Learning Festival was because we are celebrating 6 years of TIE. So it's a huge, huge, huge achievement because it was just a thought in a mind कि हम ऐसा कुछ association बनाए, and today after 6 years it is so huge. So it's all because of people of Bhavnagar who've supported and people pan Gujarat, pan India who've supported TIE. So on behalf of TIE Association, I welcome everybody and looking forward for enriching sessions, knowledge rich sessions. And I also thank the backend team of TIE who's been working to make this event as it looks today. So my thank you to each and every member of TIE for hand holding and making TIE what it is. So happy learning to everybody, and this is thank you from my side. Thank you so much.
Once again, a huge thank you and tons of thank you to Harsha ma'am for bringing TIE into Bhavnagar, and thank you to all the members and the committee members of TIE. So as Harsha ma'am has already said that kindly put any questions you have in the comment section. Then if please do like our Facebook page and the YouTube channel TIE Bhavnagar. And yes, before everyone wants to have a jai and let the program move forward, I would also like to take the privilege to welcome Miss Mona Bhatt, principal of Bhavnagar Public School. Mona ma'am is also Vice President of TIE, and she is the Joint Secretary of ECA. And we also know her since many years. So over to Mona ma'am. So I just take a back step, and the whole stage is yours now.
Thank you so much, Pooja ma'am, and a very good evening to everyone out there. So without wasting time, I would like to introduce our speaker for today, and she is Ms. Shweta Shah, founder director of Swesha Learning and Capacity Building Workshops, ECA Surat Committee TIE member, a teacher trainer, a storyteller, and an educational counselor. She has worked as a principal for a preschool chain with 5 centers for 6 years. Also, the founder of the Fun Factory events. She would be sharing with us her ideas on a very vital topic and a topic very close to my heart, growth mindset for educators. So, welcome Shweta ma'am, and over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mona ma'am. It's a pleasure being here with such eminent people. Like, I'm sharing the stage on a very special occasion, that is the birthday of TIE. So wishing you all TIE members and those associated with this lovely organization a very, very happy birthday. It is a true achievement to keep bonded all the educators from different cities and provide them a platform wherein there is learning, sharing of skills, and a chance to meet speakers from different cities and probably other countries too. So, as I am the first speaker for this memorable event of a series of speakers coming online and giving you insight about different topics, I feel overjoyed. So hello to all the beautiful people and the beautiful educators and those all associated with education. A hi to you all, and I'm very happy and very proud to be belonging to the same community. I thank Harsha ma'am for letting me be here. So let us all together wish TIE a very happy birthday. So I want all your energy to type in happy birthday in a short form or a long form, happy birthday TIE. So I want everybody to be very interactive. My sessions usually are needing an answer question session. Like those all who are watching me, I want you all to communicate with me through the chat box. Very nice, Alifia, thank you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Let us gather some energy. Happy birthday. And birthdays are something to memorize all the things, that happy things that we have had in the past and all of good things that are to happen in this coming year. So I want you all educators to gear yourselves up, because TIE is bringing you various speakers with different topics which will enlighten and brighten up your horizons. So that's beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being so spontaneous. And yes, the topic that I have picked up today is growth mindset for educators. So my second question to you all is, what do you actually think growth means to you? You all are teachers. So write a similar word to growth, which means growth to you actually. You are a teacher, you are an educator. So what does growth mean to you pertaining to your occupation or the thing that you are doing? What does growth mean? Suppose I say growth for me is learning forever, or growth for me is creativity, or growth for me is attending useful sessions. So write down, yes, creation. Come on, be fast. Write down, what does growth mean? Imagination, exactly. Updating yourself, perfect. Come on, let us type in fast. Let us move our fingers so that I know actually those who are listening to me are having some inclination towards the topic that we are going to talk about. Satisfaction, yes. Creation and developments. Upgradation, wonderful. Knowledge to yourself, adding knowledge, learning, exactly. So I think development, keep moving, yes, beautiful. So you all know what actually I'm going to talk about. Continued learning, exactly. Progress. Beautiful words are coming up. See, now when I have people who are resonating with my mindset and they know what I am meaning to talk about, then it's going to be fun. Let me tell you a very nice line from a very, very well-known person, Einstein, as you all must be knowing. He said, I am not that smart. We all knew Einstein was smart, but he said, I'm not that smart. It is just that I stay with problems longer. What does it mean? He used to take up problems, he used to bring solutions, and then he showed success in his field. So that is what all education and educators are all about. We bring about solutions to what all that is there. Yes, we are persistent. We are doing progress by improving, by increasing our knowledge. And how do we do this? This is what all this session is going to be about. There are two types of people in this world. One set of people has a growth mindset. The other set of people are having a fixed mindset. I had said this in my introductory video. And the growth mindset people are those who are free. They belong to freedom. And those who are having a fixed mindset are very limited. Their growth is pertaining to a particular sector. So, do you belong to the growth or do you belong to the fixed mindset? Type down. If you type down, I'm going to tell you another thing which is pertaining to that. If you are ready to face failures, if you are ready to put in efforts to learn new skills, if you find inspiration from others' success, if you are ready to pick up challenges, if you are ready to take criticism in a positive manner, and if you have a desire to learn and build up your abilities, then you belong to the growth mindset. I think the way you are typing in your answers is straightly proving that you have an inclination towards the growth mindset. Perfect. Nikita, yes, growth mindset. Everyone wants to be that. And if I'm saying a certain points and they are slightly embedded into your personality, then you belong to the fixed mindset. You avoid challenges. You give up easily. Means you try a bit, but then if you find it's difficult, you just leave it. You are threatened by others' success. Your efforts, you give in efforts, but then you feel that efforts, putting in so much efforts is fruitless, then you just leave it. You ignore feedback. When someone tells you how you are, you just ignore and you just be the way you are. And you have a fixed set of abilities. You never try to upgrade, you never try to learn something new, and you never try to put up something additional, another feather to your hat. Then you are the fixed mindset. Even if you belong to the fixed mindset, today's session is going to let you know that how could you turn into the other side, that is the growth part. How would you imbibe growth into your personality so that you look like a very, very influential teacher or educator? With the right kind of mindset, we can reach there. Now, I mean, there is there, or there. There is no levels of there. So you have to make your own level. Where do you want to actually be? We either practice what we have learned or we know what we need to practice. That is how we are going to put yourself into a growth mindset. Now, there are many different ways of growing. Sky's the limit then. Exactly, Rupali Tanna. I agree. Sky is the limit. And even you can go beyond the skies. You can just sit in a satellite and go to Mars or go to moon. There's no limit. So for an educator, the boundaries are seamless, endless. They say classroom beyond walls. What does it actually mean? Should we confine our teaching to books or should we explore and let our children explore? So how would you develop a growth mindset? You should accept challenges. Now in the educational field, challenges are a new curriculum or a new type of a lesson plan, or according to the new education policy, how are you going to implement the changes and what changes you are going to bring in to make your lesson plan more interesting, more based on life skills. That is how you're going to face challenges. Then you believe in brain plasticity. You have a small brain which is fitted into your skull. But then how would you increase? How would you increase this capacity? How will you make it bigger? How would you replace failing by learning? And learning means learning and implementing. How would you want to wait for approvals or just do it? There is a tagline for a brand, just do it. It belongs to a sport brand. So they don't believe in just trying, they just believe in doing it. So that is what we need to do. Just do it. If you have an idea, try to implement it, but it should be a good one. Be curious. Try to know how things work. Try to know how you could gain new ideas from Pinterest, from learning apps and beautiful ways of teaching. You have to use the power of yet. Yet I have to manage my time schedule and become a perfect managed teacher. Yet is more powerful. Be more optimistic. Listen to your inner voice. How many of you here who are listening to me today have this some kind of inner voice? When you are going to do something, you get two voices from your brains and heart. What do you feel? Do you connect to your inner voice? Do you ever listen to your inner self? One voice comes from the heart and one comes from the mind. Yes. And the one that you listen to is more powerful. It shows your heart is more powerful or your brains are more powerful. So listen to your powerful inner voice in a positive manner. Don't let that inner voice to put you down. Always let it motivate you. Take action. What do you mean by taking action? Taking action is being prepared for the future. You have been taking online classes. You have been trying to generate a teaching pattern which is not seeing your children, but then yet you are connecting. So how are you connecting? You are having various models, or you are having PPTs, or you are having kind of links that your children could log on to and find out more about the subject that you are teaching, or you are having videos that they could share after your teaching part is over. So that is creativity, that is taking action. And you have to be more planned and more conscious. You have to listen to smart people. And TIE has organized a special learning fest. It is a learning fest, a festival for learning. So if you are a growth mindset person, you will attend each and every of this learning session and try to pick up something. There might be things which are repeated, but then you might even learn how to talk. You might even learn how to give a visual presentation. You might even end up making your own learning videos. So there is never a start point to learning. You will upgrade in some or the other way. You will lead in your field. You will lead in a way like you will be at par. You will be different from the other educators. You will listen to smart people, automatically smart ideas, smart presentation, and smart set of skills start pouring into you. It is very infectious. You should be with happy people, you should be with smart people, and you should be with creative people. Age is not the matter. It can be someone younger to you, can be someone elder to you. So tell me one such incident, or tell me, have you got to learn from a child ever in a class? Have you got to learn something from a child ever in your class? If yes, then write down. Even children teach you. I learn every day. I learn. They teach me how to teach actually. They tell me, ma'am, no, this is boring. Children these days will tell you on your face, the way you're teaching is not right. So in this world of truthfulness, in this world of being so very point blank, you have to be so different. You have to be like the teachers want to learn. So my questions to you again. Do you have any unfinished goal as a teacher, as an educator? In your mind or in your heart, you have an unfinished goal that you have to attain related to education. Please type down your goal. I need you to type it down, because unless you don't write it down over here, will not work on it. What is your educational goal? Do you want to finish a degree in learning? Do you want to attend a particular seminar? Do you want to learn a particular way of teaching? Do you want your children of your class to get a certain percentage in productivity after the tests are given? Molding educational system in Gujarat? Yes. Yes. Degree in teaching, perfect. Write down your goals. If you write it here, you have put it in front of a third party, a third person, me. So you make sure that you attain your goal. You want to cultivate values of subject related to issues. Yes, you want to do a PhD, you want to upgrade yourself, you want to learn how to talk nicely, you want to learn how to smile, you want to learn a new technique of teaching. Everything is goal. How will you achieve it? Behavior is also a goal, yes. Teachers need to behave in a very beautiful. Someone wants to become a principal. Oh, wonderful. So now comes the second point. How will you achieve it? How will you achieve it? Don't write it down on this or my chat box is going to get full. You have to write it down in big capital letters on a piece of paper. Your goal, your achieving, how you're going to achieve it, and you stick it on the place or a cupboard or a washroom mirror where you're going to see it every day. This is goal setting. And how, tell me one way, how do you bounce back after defeat? Like suppose you are not able to finish your curriculum in time, you're not being able to plan out your lesson plan in a particular way, you are not happy by the way you teach. So that is a little defeat that you have. So how will you bounce back after defeat? Will you slide down and cry and slouch in one corner of your room? Will you get angry on others? Or how are you going to bounce back? Like how would you bash defeat in the face? How will you show the world that yes, you can do it? Work harder. Exactly. You will work harder and you will try to learn from others. You will try to imitate good people. You will try to read good books. You will update yourself. You will analyze. You will put in strategies. Exactly. Look at these lovely people. You will push your limits away. There is no timeline, no deadlines. There are no working hours. That is how you're going to fight it back. Beautiful people. I'm so happy that you are listening to me today because it's very happy to have a positive audience. Do you believe in continuous learning is my next question. Should you learn today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, or should you keep learning till you grow old? Until your eyes and ears let you learn. Will you keep learning? And if your answer is yes, then you have joined the right platform. TIE Teachers Learning Fest is the right thing. And similar, pick up good speakers. There are so many portals. Like today, if you are listening to me and you like the way I am relating, try to catch up, try to find out the ways to connect to a good speaker. Keep attending, keep learning, and try to be in a social network, talk to these people, say what you have in your mind. We are always open to mentoring. And Harsha ma'am has made this beautiful platform where people will keep learning. So now comes the key to the lock. How would you change? Suppose you are in between the growth and the fixed mindset, then how will you change? How will you try to be more on the growth path? If you have a little bit of the, fixed mindset kind, you're midway, then how would you change? You will attend trainings and workshops, as I said. You will make a personal development diary date-wise. Today I did this, today I learned this, today I picked up this skill. By the end of this week, I will finish doing this. That is a development diary. Make your diary today. And what are the 3 changes per month? Make a growth chart. Every month you have to grow. So as you grow, you either write a skill, you either see how closer you have come to your goal, how many chapters you have finished to do your PhD. Yes, growth chart does wonders. It is not just talks, I mean it. I do it too. I listen to 2-3 times to a very nice speaker, but then I learned that unless I don't do it, only here is not going to help. You have to do it actually. You have to write down the 3 changes that you have overcome in a positive manner on this growth chart. You should imagine and you should implement. Just don't keep thinking, like Mount Atlas. Don't be a statue. Don't be stagnant. Don't keep thinking. Just do it. Be Nike. Just do it. And meditate. Meditate is the key, my dear friends. Young, old, or whatever age you are, if you meditate, if you are in silence with yourself for about 10 or 15 minutes, then I tell you, people, it's going to do wonders. You will realize who you are, who you want to be, and what you can become. Meditate for at least 15 minutes before going to sleep. And as you get up in the morning, focus, blank up your mind, thoughts will pour in. The positive ones, you keep them, the negative ones, push them away. You should breathe. You breathe. Deep breaths and exhaling helps oxygen come into your brains. Every day as you go as a teacher to your class, you do this breathing either in your car or in your bus if you're going to school, and see, it's going to bring a change. The way you look, the way you present your lessons, everything. You will look like an angel. I bet. See funny movies, humor in uniform, you might have heard. So that works wonders for educators. You need to smile, your brain needs to smile, your heart needs to smile. So listen to jokes, see funny videos, and try to bring in some humor in your class while you are teaching. Children love it. It is like giving a treat, a chocolate, it works like that. And you have to make a time chart. Yes, humor is a stress buster. Get a time chart. Time chart means if you have the whole working day, what are your leisure hours? What are your creative hours? What are your me time hours? And what are your family time hours? And what is your planning hours for the next day? Be planned, be prepared. And you have to work out. Exercise is the second very important thing every educator needs to do. If you have a fit body, you have a fit mind, you have a fit heart, automatically everything comes out is the best. You have to work out, go for a walk, do stretches, do pilates, do yoga, whatever comes to your mind, and teach exercise to your children. Growth is important. Growth for the body, growth for the mind, growth for the heart. Change your environment. If you are in a very stressful environment, suppose the house, you are living in a joint family, or you are having something which is annoying you, go away for some time from that environment. Be in a peaceful, happy environment, me time for some time, and that will help you be your positive best the next day, and it will help you plan out creatively. You cannot create in stress. You have to create where there's peace, calm. Close the room, be to yourself, put on some good music, and plan for the next day. And meet very energetic people. It can be children, teenagers, or an bubbly, enthusiastic senior citizen. Doesn't mind. Energy vibes brings energy. Energy pulls energy. Yes. So name the boosters, energy boosters: music, art, if you can doodle or draw, listening podcasts. Harsha ma'am, I listen to your podcasts and they are amazing. Voices can inspire, and you get mentored by peers. You do poetry. If you are a creative person, you can just write up a song, sing it to yourself, sing it in front of the mirror. I tell you, it works wonders. Teach poetry to children, teach doodling to children, and write anything you like, your personal diary, write about things you want to do, write about your favorite things. We used to write letters in our olden days. Now we write emails. So there is no sense, there's not that heartful feeling. So write, and instead of it is my best that I can do, make it to this is not yet the best. The best is yet to come, and I will do it. Plan A failed. That is one statement. So should you stop there? No. Plan B is there and it will work. So always put up the second backup plan. As an educator, backups are very important. How do you plan your session? Suppose you fall sick, suppose you have to finish a certain number of lessons in a particular month and you are not able to, what's your backup plan? Could you take forward the lessons, or how are you going to shorten up the syllabus, or what are you going to do? So there is one very beautiful way that you could change the way you teach. You have to record your own video. Have you ever seen your own video recording showing a lesson that you are teaching? If you are teaching and you record the video, you will know how you are expressive, like what body language you are using, what is your speaking, you have pace, are you too fast in speaking, or are you connecting, is your content engrossing? So self-mentor yourself, create your own teaching videos, and I tell you, 3-4 videos and you will change the way you teach. See your own videos. Another thing is listen to nice, beautiful talking topics on YouTube. You will find millions of topics. Just type the topic you want to teach and you will see beautiful updates about it. Try to implement 2 or 3 from that. So Google helps you a lot. YouTube helps you a lot of learning apps that you have. Read, pick up some good books. There are ebooks. pick up nice teaching ways from Pinterest. Just type the topic in Pinterest and you will find interesting ways of doing the same thing. So improve your your eyesight should be open to the world. It should not be like this, not like a horse sees. It has to be bright and wide. You have to see everything and try to imbibe everything into the way you are teaching. So that is one way. Another way is find people to judge you. Like ask people, do you like the way I teach? Ask a few kids, or maybe some co-teacher, and let's see what feedback you get. According to the feedback, try to change. So that is a growth mindset. You are the best. Yes, you should be confident, but then you should be ready to change if something is not right. So, and teach in different ways. Try to imbibe different ways, like your audiovisual learning, or you are presenting circle time learning, or learning through activities, or learning through group. You're making small groups in your class. You are trying to use different methods, and you should see which method turns out the most productive for your class. So you are experimenting to bring out the best in your children. You should see what language you are using for interaction. मतलब आप जो भाषा use करते हैं, what language you are using is very important. Do you use a mixed language? You talk totally in English? Do you use conversion language? Little bit of English, similar conversion. So if you do a conversion, then you might fill in the gaps. There are some children who don't totally follow. Keep your pace of teaching very followable. Revise. Try to bring in what all you taught again and again in forms of charts, or in forms of question answers, in forms of stories, learning stories. Turn your teaching content into a story. Tell your children to narrate the whole story again to you the next day. You will see wonderful results, I'm saying. Be creative. Try to bring in creativity into teaching in each and every part. So you should reward effort in your class. Suppose children are able to accept the way you are teaching. Yes, repetition is fundamental. So the way you are teaching and you are getting a feedback, and if it is positive and the children are following and bringing out good results, you reward them. Rewards work, a smiley works, a star works, calling the child and everyone clapping works, you giving an eye glance to each child works. So rewards, a pat on the back works, a high five works.
Shweta, you are muted by mistake. Shweta, you're muted.
This is the result you get. Right? So people, you have to.
Yes, now we can hear you, Shweta. You can just repeat the last bit that you spoke.
Yeah, ma'am. So what I mean to say is you have to be very rewarding. You have to reward your children in some or the other way. You have to use right praise and right motivation for each and every child. You have to have an eye connect with every child, a pat, a handshake, going to each and every bench, and teaching children that practice makes a man perfect. They should know that if we keep practicing, teachers told you to write this 5 times. No, you ask them to write and tell them, see, as you have written 5 times, the 5th time that you have written or drawn something, it has made a change. So let them self-analyze themselves and self goal themselves. Like they will know that what teacher is making us do is helping us in a positive way. So the growth mindset is more effective when it is rooted into the subject pedagogy. What subject you are teaching, you should implement everything in the ways that I have told you. You have to pick up your subject: mathematics, English, art, craft, or it can be Hindi or any language. So what language or what mode of communication you are using, I told you, is also very important. Try to connect to each and every child. You might know that I have children belonging to these regional categories, and this is the language they get across easily. So try to connect with each and every child and imbibe the growth mindset into your child's minds also. Yes, you have to do consistent efforts to bring in the change and bring that changes in your children as well. So I think I have brought in almost everything that we have here today. Do we have more time, Mona ma'am?
Yes, Shweta, 10 minutes more to go.
Okay, so now I want all those people who have participated here today to tell me one way they are going to change. Tell me one way you are going to implement something new into your teaching pattern. What particular? You have to type down something particular, any kind of a app you're going to use, or you are going to change the way you are going to talk, or is it you're going to motivate your children more? Is there any kind of a motivational therapy that you have seen on YouTube that you have felt that yes, I can implement? You will use humor, you will use discussion with children. Yes, people type in, share your ideas, everybody's seeing what you're writing. So this is a chance to share what is there in your mind, to show me that you are on the right track, the path of growth. And as we will get ready, you'll ask witty questions. Yes, you can even use, riddles. You can use puzzles, or you could use group discussion is very, very fruitful, I tell you. Give different groups, different topics from the same chapter and ask them to find out a solution. We'll find out leaders and followers. Yes, you will use songs and fun activities. You will have more interactive sessions. If you are an interactive educator, you are on the growth mindset, because interaction brings about exchange of ideas. Interaction brings about exchange of creativity. Interaction brings about exchange of positivity. Outdoor teaching, very nice. You have to, while concept clearance, puppet show in the garden, very beautiful. That's a very nice idea. It will you will change the method of teaching by sight words. Okay, okay, and try to teach creative speaking to your children right from a very young age. It can be teaching new words, meanings of words. It can be teaching them how to use a particular grammatical format. He, she, I, you, very simple things. Sand writing, singular, plural. Grammar, if taught at a young age, can really set up in the mind. Don't see the age. Try to teach them. Is it right to speak in both languages? Yes, it is, very much, very much. As you see the new NEP, Mr. Narendra Modi has asked initial learning, early childhood education to be implemented in mother tongue. That's a very controversial thing, but yes, why mother tongue? Because a child is very easy to go with that particular language that he or she has listened to. Mother tongue, I will not say. The regional language, like suppose Gujarati in Gujarat, or Hindi in some other state, or English in some other state. Then the language which is mostly spoken in the houses, a general language which is easy to understand, will be the mode of communication, so that each and every child understands what is being taught. English, no doubt, is very important. Cultivate interesting things. Try to bring in something 3D, a object, something that you have picked up from outside, and just pick up a conversation with your class on that particular thing. Try to bring in a social news, or any news that is like something about the prime minister, something about the country that you have read in the newspaper. Discuss it in the class with your small children, explain them. Teach through water play and sand play. Exactly, sand play is a very interesting thing. You can teach alphabets, you can teach numbers, you can teach quantity, you can teach weight with sand, you can teach uh, you know like treasure hunt to find out certain things from a sand tray. You have to make teaching more interactive by using activities which you can find on Pinterest. Just type on Pinterest activities for this particular topic and you will get a whole set and bunch of things. Teach through puppets and games. Bring a puppet every day to your class. And as you bring the puppet and you teach a particular alphabet, just pick up an alphabet, wooden alphabet or a plastic alphabet, and tell a story on that alphabet. And it will change the way your children accept things. Hand-eye coordination, very, very beautiful. People, you are so creative. I am so very happy, and you are going to listen to Swati ma'am. Can you imagine the next keynote speaker? And I have just layered up, like I have just layered up the cake, and then ma'am is going to put the icing to it. You have to connect the topics with the real situation and current affairs. Yes, talk about your country, talk about your state, talk about your city, talk about your monuments and everything. So there are vivid topics, no matter what the age of your child. Don't think they are small. They understand everything. There should be something new that you take out as a magician into your class and talk about it. So there is no boundaries, a classroom beyond walls. There is no sky limit. There's no limit. Be the best you can. So I think I have covered up my topic in a nice short way. Is there anything you want to know about? Please put it down and we will get back to you. And I am your speaker, Shweta Shah, founder of Shwesha, and it was a pleasure talking to you all. Yes, Mona ma'am.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. And thank you so much, ma'am. Like, I was so much involved into what you were saying, a basket full of insight and knowledgeable points. And I could not just concentrate on one single point. Like, there was so much to take away. Thank you for this insightful session, ma'am. We talked
Thanks,
about
Mona.
like many synonyms. We got many synonyms for growth mindset in the initial comments. And we also came to know about how a fixed mindset works. A fixed mindset is like, mujhe MBA, મને બધું આવડે છે. Then the learning stops. How to overcome fixed mindsets and embrace growth mindsets. We talked about how to take up challenges, how to have an idea and have courage to implement the same. I just love the power of yet. It was superb, and I'm going to implement many things in that. And I see Harsha nodding because she knows that how am I just I'm just out of words. How to listen to the power of your inner self, ma'am. That was superb. How
Thank
to be
you.
open for learning, how to set goals and learn from failures, how to have a personal development diary, a growth chart, a time chart, and this is my next goal. Because, ma'am, here I feel that we should never stop learning because life never stops teaching. So
Yeah.
I feel that to the last moment of our death, we should keep on this always learning mindset on. Then, ma'am, just love the idea of recording videos while you teach. So here is where no teacher would really want to see her or his video, to be very honest, because I personally never ever see any video of mine. How to experiment, how to find new ways of teaching, how reward works in class, because we always know that a person who is appreciated is always encouraged to do more and with full passion and heart. So and the main thing I also liked is, ma'am, if like people are so much they lose hope when any of their plans don't work. But I would always say that always when we have any failure or we do any mistake, just learn from that mistake. Once you will make one mistake, you learn from it. It is not that you'll not make that mistake, you'll not make the same mistake, but yeah, if you make any other mistake, you learn from that, and that is how the improvisation continues. So here I would say that if plan A doesn't work, we should always have plan B, and that was a point which you explained so easily to all of us. So ending my summarization, I would say that if a teacher has an attitude, a passion, dedication to work, and the growth mindset, rest all can be worked out by the trainings and the seminars the teacher attends. So here Tai is there to serve you with this platform of teaching, of seminars, of workshops. And here I would like all of you to kindly like the YouTube channel, like and share our FB page, and join the WhatsApp group of TTLF 2021, because we have much encouraging and many sessions for all of you lined up. Don't miss it. And thank you so much, Shweta ma'am, for this insightful session. Thank you so much. And I would like
Thanks.
to call on
Thanks,
Harsha.
Mona ma'am. It's a pleasure seeing you. You are a very bubbly and a cheerful person. I would say
Thank
that everyone should be like you. Smile, smile your burdens away. You are a teacher. It's the biggest and the most prestigious honor that anybody could have on themselves. You are there to make engineers, doctors, scientists, bankers, and so many different employable people. So you make the future of this country. So if you are having this beautiful profession in your hands, use it in a very fruitful way. Try to learn and gain and show it productively. You just don't keep hearing, try to implement it and try
Yeah.
smiling like Mona ma'am.
Thank you so much for the lovely words, ma'am. Really, they are so encouraging. Thank you so much. Now I would like to call on Harsha ma'am.
Thank you so much, Mona, for such a beautiful summarization. So here, session one, thank you, Shweta, for such an insightful session. I'm sure जो तुमने बोला हम सबको पता है, but that hammering is much needed at some point of time, you know. So speakers like you do this work, you know, of waking us all up. It's like Hanuman knows all his powers, but he forgets at times, you know. So Jamvan has to be there to make him aware of his powers. So speakers like you definitely ignite the powers in us. So thank you so much. We take a 10-minute break. We come back exact at 5 p.m. for Swati ma'am's session. So I would request everybody line up at the loo, drink little water as Mona is drinking. So stay hydrated, visit the loo, come back and grab your seats and tie your seat belts because we are going to have yet one more session lined up by Dr. Swati Popatwats. So we are keeping logging here only. We are not logging out. The same link will be continuing, but 10 minutes break and we come back sharp at 5 p.m. So this is a bye to everybody for a short while. Thank you.